Good morning, everyone. My name is Sherry, and today I thought I would share with you my morning skincare routine when my skin is feeling more dry and dehydrated. I normally have normal to oily skin, but sometimes my skin does get dry and dehydrated. My skin gets more dehydrated than it does dry. Think of a dry sponge. If you have a dried up sponge and you dip it into water or some type of watery ingredient, the sponge is gonna puff up and get full and plump and juicy, and that's kind of like what our skin would do. But I know a lot of people, when they have dry skin, they pile on oils and heavy creams thinking that that's going to fix the dryness. So if you take a dried up sponge and you don't put it in water, but you just put oil or a cream over top of it, it actually will just stay a dried sponge underneath, and then the top part of that sponge will be softened, but your skin is still going to feel dry and dehydrated. So oftentimes we mistake our dehydrated skin for dry skin, and we try to fix it by piling on oils and creams, and that's not what we're going to do today. So to start out with my morning skincare routine, I personally like to cleanse my face with a cleanser. Now, I know a lot of people who have dry or dehydrated skin, they say they just want to splash their face with water in the morning, and that's totally fine if that's what works for you. But for me, I like to wash my skin in the morning because I still have all this old skincare that, needs to come off from the night before. And many dermatologists also recommend that you cleanse your face in the morning with a gentle cleanser. So today I'm just going to use something that is super gentle. It's great for hypersensitive skin. This is great for dry skin, and this is my all-time favorite cleanser. So I'm just going to run in the bathroom real quick, cleanse my face, and I'll come right back. I'm not going to do that part on camera since you see me cleanse my face often, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after I wash my face, I also don't rub it with a towel to dry it. Usually I'll just kind of pat my eyes just to get the water off my eyes, and I will leave my skin wet. So what I like to do if my skin has already dried, I want to have it wet, so I'll just spray some of my Event Thermal Spring Water on to get it damp again. For my next step, I want to add more plumpness, more water, but instead of just plain water that's in that can, I want to add things that have good ingredients in them. So one product that I might use when my skin is really dry is this one by Paula's Choice. It's her 10% niacinamide booster. This is fragrance free. It was made in the USA. I absolutely love Paula's Choice products, which if you watch my channel, you already know that. But this is really good to help with my skin barrier. So if my skin barrier is feeling irritated, or maybe I've done too much exfoliating or just used too many products that are drying out my skin, I like to just put a few drops of this on. This is a really watery product. I mean, it just looks like water. So I'll just do like 3 to 5 drops of this and just pat it all over my skin. This has vitamin B3 and B5 in it, and not only is it really good to help your skin barrier, but it's really good at reducing some redness and reducing the appearance of large pores. I have never had any irritation or anything from this, but with any product, of course, you want to check with your doctor first, and then of course always do a patch test on your own skin because everybody's skin is totally different. For my next few steps, I want to layer products that are extremely hydrating, not heavy creams, but layer them so that I can keep adding more of that water, but with good ingredients, and just keep plumping up my skin. So the next product that I might use is a hydrating essence or a toner. Now, a lot of people get confused in what order to apply their products. Usually, rule of thumb, just apply them in order of thinnest to thickest. So if it's more watery, I'm going to put it on first, and then the thicker it gets, if it's more gel-like of a serum, I'll put that on afterwards. And then of course my moisturizer and sunscreen go on at the very end. This is a product by Neogen Naturals. I pretty much only have a couple drops left in here, but this is their Real Ferment Micro Essence. So you can see it has the texture of water, but it has a lot of really good ingredients in it. This is perfect for sensitive skin. It is also fragrance free, and it is a fermented essence that also has birch juice in it, which is really good for hydration. It just adds so much hydration to my skin. I mean, you can kind of see already that I've got a beautiful glow, and I haven't even done but a couple steps already. When my skin is super dry and dehydrated, I like to layer a bunch of these types of watery products. So I might use an essence like this. This is one that I really like. It's by CosRx. It's affordable. This is Galactomyces 95 Tone and Balance Essence. This is also a fermented essence that really helps with hydration in your skin and help it have that clear and glowing complexion. But I might just use the exact same product versus using 4, 5, 6 different products, and I might just layer this a bunch of times. Sometimes I'll layer it up to 10 times if I have that kind of time. But if I still had some left, I would do it again, pat it on all over my face, neck, and chest, do it again, and just do that a few times until until I feel like my face has gotten enough hydration in it. Another product you could use if you want to layer different products. Now again, you don't need to use all these different products. You really could get your face super plump and juicy and hydrated with just a couple products. But this is another product that I do really like. This one's pretty much gone, but this is by Dermatology. I did a review on their sunscreen that I absolutely love. That's very similar to the Elta MD UV Clear, but it's a lot more affordable. But this is their needleless serum. They say that when you use this, this is an alternative to getting fillers and Botox, but there's no comparison in my opinion, but I do think this is a really nice hydrating serum, but at the same time it's not just adding hydration, it's adding a bunch of really good ingredients that absorb into my skin. So this one is a little bit thicker than water, but I might add just maybe a few, maybe 3 or 4 drops. And same thing, pat it in my hands, and then I'll just kind of press and sometimes rub, but usually I just press it on my face, my neck, and my chest. Now moving on to the next step. If my skin feels really dry and dehydrated, I still want to add hydrating, watery type, serum type ingredients, not move on to a cream yet. So I might put on a sheet mask. This is one of my all-time favorite masks. I'm not going to do a whole review on it because I talk about this all the time. I have these, I bought these to have delivered on auto delivery every month. I love them that much. These are by City Beauty. These are their line smoothing hydro masks. But you can use any sheet mask that has good ingredients that you like for your skin. But what I like to do is I'll put a sheet mask on if I have that extra time, or maybe I'll do this in the evening. And then I like to use like one of these jade rollers, or I'll use the ice roller. I've got the roller part in the fridge, but I'll pop up a video of what it looks like. But once I have the mask on my face, I'll roll in upward strokes, and then the coldness of this will help reduce any inflammation, and it just feels so relaxing and really, really good on your face, and it just stimulates the circulation in your face. It helps the lymph get moving around. And so if you ever wake up and you have a lot of puffiness under your eyes or on your face, or maybe you ate too much salt the night before, this is really, really good to get rid of that. And then one last product that is amazing for hydration for dry and dehydrated skin. This is pricey. This is by SKINMEDICA. This is their HA5. It has 5 different types of hyaluronic acid. And let me just show you what this looks like. A lot of other hyaluronic acid serums, they come out and they just look like water. They look like a liquid. But this actually looks like a cream, but it's not heavy or anything on the skin. It doesn't break me out. This one product, even though it's pricey, you could not buy all the other products and just save your money and wait for this to go on sale and then buy this. This is one product that I truly think could transform your skin in just one step. But I'm a little extra, so I like to use a bunch of different products. But again, you do not need to use all of these products. Just maybe pick and choose something that works well for you. And if you haven't tried any of these products before, I would not go and buy everything, because then you're not going to know what your skin likes. Maybe just try one thing and then slowly incorporate other things into your skincare routine. But I'll just rub this all over just like a moisturizer. It soaks right in. My skin just feels baby smooth afterwards, and this really locks in all of that hydration. The only thing with this product, I really like to use it mainly at night, because sometimes when I layer a bunch of products, this doesn't really play well with a ton of different things. Sometimes I feel like when I rub it, it'll kind of, like pill up. So, but it doesn't deter me from using it sometimes during the day, but I usually will use this in the evening right before I use a moisturizer. And speaking of moisturizers, my all-time favorite moisturizer, this is one by Elta MD. Absolutely love this. They have an AM moisturizer. It has a higher amount of hyaluronic acid if that's something that you're looking for, but I like the PM version and I use it morning and night. This has a really high amount of niacinamide. I think it's like the second, maybe the third ingredient. But this is a beautiful moisturizer. It plays really well with other skincare products, and I will use it underneath my sunscreen and my makeup, but it just comes out, it looks like a cream, but it's just a nice lightweight kind of a whipped texture, and I will put this all over my face and my neck and my chest, and I'll even put it all the way up underneath my eyes. I've talked about it before. I love to use a separate eye cream, but honestly you don't need to invest in an eye cream if you don't want to. I just prefer to use a separate eye cream, but your face moisturizer and all the products you put on your face, they really can work as your eye cream. And again, I bring this down my neck and my chest. So since I do like to use a separate eye cream, these are a couple of my favorites for the morning. This is one by First Aid Beauty. This is their Eye Duty Triple Remedy AM Gel Cream. This is really nice for the morning and especially under makeup because it is fragrance free and it's really good for sensitive skin. And it's just like a light gel cream texture, but it layers beautifully underneath your makeup. You know, sometimes in the morning if you use one of those thick, heavier creams underneath your eyes, it just makes your makeup look terrible and your concealer just moves all around. So this is something that I do enjoy using in the morning when my skin needs that extra hydration. So then if my skin is feeling super dry and dehydrated and I want to take it to even another level, I might use an oil. Now, I don't often use oils on my face. I do actually like some face oils, but again, I would have to do a whole video and talk about the difference in different face oils. I know some dermatologists are completely against using oils, and I'm not a dermatologist. I just know what I do like for my skin. Most oils I absolutely do not like for my skin. I only like ones that have a high linoleic acid content because those will not break me out. But if you use like marula oil from Drunk Elephant or coconut oil, different oils like that, those actually have a high oleic acid content, and if you are prone to breakouts, those very well may break you out because of what's in them. So not all oils are created alike, but I do like to use an oil, like I'm talking 2 drops on my face every now and then, and usually my favorite is hemp seed oil, and I also really like cacao oil, but this is one by Paula's Choice that I am obsessed with. Absolutely love this, but I don't typically use it on my face. I love to use it on my neck and my chest, and then I'll put just like 2 drops on my hands, or I'll just mix it with my moisturizer. This stuff is amazing. This is her Moisture Renewal Booster Oil. It has really good oils in it, but it also has ceramides in it. It's also fragrance free, it's non-irritating, so it's a nice thin oil. And I'll just take, I don't know, 4 or 5 drops and just kind of rub it in, and then I will put it on my neck and my chest because the skin is a little bit different on the rest of our body than it is on our face. Now this whole routine totally could be your evening routine, and then you'll wake up with fresh, glowing, plump, super hydrated skin. But since this is a morning routine, I'm of course going to add a sunscreen. So if my skin's feeling dry and dehydrated, I am not going to use a mattifying sunscreen or anything that's going to feel like it's sucking the life out of my skin. So I'm not going to use Australian Gold, the botanical sunscreen. That is too drying for skin that's dry and dehydrated. I want to use something that has better ingredients for hydration that's really good for dry, sensitive skin. One that I absolutely love, it is pricey. This is by SKINMEDICA, but I only get it on sale. This is their Mineral Shield SPF 32. This is really good for even post-procedure skin. It will not irritate your skin. It's all mineral filters in this, and it has a beautiful, nice tint, but not enough to where I could go with this, you know, and not use foundation. So this is what it looks like. It just has a nice tint. This was just 2 pumps. I will probably use about 5 pumps on my face and my neck. I can even rub this on my eyes. That's how good it is for sensitive skin. There's no irritation, no burning, no fragrance. And of course, don't forget your ears. Now, since I have melasma, I have this hyperpigmentation, I also like to add even more sunscreen because I want to make sure I have really good protection. This is one of my absolute faves by Neutrogena. If you just want to use this one alone and not use the SKINMEDICA one, it's perfect for that as well. But this is the Neutrogena Sheer Zinc. It's the Dry Touch Face Sunscreen SPF 50, and this has almost 22% zinc oxide in it. This has a little bit of a white cast, but if you rub it in really well, it's good. And let's see if I have any left. Yeah, there's a little left in here. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put a little extra layer where I have this melasma, and then of course I'll rub it in. And then I'll put a little bit more on, and I'll rub that on my chest and of course my neck also, if I didn't get enough of the other one on my neck. Both of these sunscreens are super hydrating. They're not greasy. You know, they look greasy right now, but they just haven't had a chance to soak in. But once they soak in, they just look beautiful on by themselves or of course under makeup. And then don't forget the backs of your hands. And I'll use another sunscreen and do all of my arms and any exposed areas. And that's pretty much it for my morning skincare routine for dry and dehydrated skin. Now again, don't feel like you need to use all of these different products. I was just trying to show you some different options of things that you might like for your skin. And so I will link everything I shared down below, but then I'm also going to link some affordable options too. So you really don't have to spend a ton of money to have a good skincare routine. And if you do have dry or dehydrated skin, you know, and you're piling on a bunch of face oils thinking that that's going to fix it, or heavy creams, just do a little experiment on your own and stop using those products and switch to something that has more watery and hydrating ingredients in it versus just piling on basically a layer of grease and suffocating your skin. You want to get that water, that moisture in your skin. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. But if you didn't like it, feel free to give it a thumbs down, and I'm totally cool with that. But I would love to hear from you and to give me your feedback and tell me what you think I could do to improve for you. If you would like to be subscribed to my channel, make sure you look down below and tap on that subscribe button. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a great day.